Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Chi here, and I'm going to help you with your Taurus new moon intentions. We just had the Taurus new moon a couple of days ago. Taurus is an earth sign, so we are in the earth season, which is all about grounding, building a strong foundation, and creating stability for yourself in all facets of your life, okay? So if you have yet to set your Taurus new moon intentions, no worries. I'm here to help you and to offer some guidance on what you should focus on at this time. If you would please give this video a like, subscribe to this channel, and leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you have set your new intentions on. What are you looking forward to? What are you excited about? Go ahead and declare it in the comments. All right, I'm excited to hear what you all have to say. But in regards to, it's 11:11 at the time of this recording. So, in regards to your intentions, I'm considering emotional, mental, physical, financial, and spiritual. All right. So, emotions, just going by what you feel first. What emotional intentions have you set for yourself? So, emotional intentions. So, like I said, starting with what you feel first, right? So, maybe this will require you getting still. This may require you doing some meditation, prayer, sitting in silence, going on a nature walk, going on a hike, taking some laps around the park, around the neighborhood, going in the gym, working out, maybe listening to an audiobook, listening to one of your favorite lectures or sermons, maybe having that significant conversation with that person that's easy to talk to, that helps to give you some stimulation. Talk to your therapist, your coach, your spiritual leader, just getting in touch with your emotions. And I know I mentioned like other people in that situation just now, because sometimes people can help to ask the right questions to kind of evoke a new way of thinking for us, but for the most part, it's going to come from you understanding what you feel and how you feel, because you are the one that has to validate your emotions, right? Otherwise, we go our whole life looking for other people to validate us, when that's not the point. We have to make sure that we have that validation created for ourselves, So with your emotions, getting in touch with how you feel. If you don't feel comfortable within your body, perhaps setting an intention. I set the intention to understand how I feel, to understand my emotions better, to take an active participation in my emotional regulation. For example, you see it all the time where a guy or a person, is hitting on someone they consider attractive, and they're trying to woo them with compliments and, oh, may I take you out on a date, blah, blah, blah. And the person respectfully declines. No, thank you. I'm not available. I have a boyfriend. I have a girlfriend. I'm in a relationship. I'm not looking for anything right now. I'm not interested. Like, whatever. They decline. They reject the person. And rather than the person just taking the rejection gracefully, they lash out at them. Well, fine, F you too then. You wasn't attractive anyway. Oh, I bet you ain't working with nothing anyway. Oh, I bet you got no money. I see why you're single. Blah, blah, blah. All hurling all these insults when just a couple of seconds ago, that's all you wanted. That was the person you desired. That was the person you were making actual attempts and effort to get. But that person is just not used to rejection. They haven't been doing the work on emotional regulation. So if you don't like that energy going towards you, you don't like how that makes you feel when people have done it or do it to you, make sure you're not going to be that person to someone else. So always working on your emotional regulation instead of lashing out and fussing at people when you're scared or afraid. Work through those emotions. Say, I'm afraid right now. And you may actually cry. You may actually process those emotions in a whole other way. Instead of, keying his car and smashing his room all because you're mad that he cheated on you, call back that energy and say, you know what, he's not worth the jail time. He's not worth the headache. He's not worth the stress. I'm more valuable and more worthy than that, than to worry about someone that's going to cheat on me anyway. He's not worth it. Pulling that power and that value back to you, regulating your emotions instead of allowing yourself to get all out of whack, all because of jealousy. When you see like those snapped crowns of passion, that's, the emotions were not regulated. They were just flying all over the place, and I'm sure you've had times where like something pops up in your head and it's just replaying in your head and it's hard to get out, and it's like, oh, I wish I could focus on something else, you know? It's very important to do work to condition the mind in healthy ways, because every day in society they're programming us to do something, whether it's to buy something we don't need or to have fear about something that may never happen. But at the end of the day, we're being programmed, so we have to make sure we're intentional about reprogramming ourselves with healthy thinking habits, and the reminder that emotional regulation is necessary. Emotional regulations help workplaces to flow more smoothly. Emotional regulations help children to grow up in healthier homes, free from abuse. Emotional regulations keep couples together and able to talk through their issues and express themselves openly and honestly, you know, and being open to trust and extending that trust to others, you know. So emotional regulation is also going to get that person out of bed when they feel depressed and they just want to, what's it called, bed rot, where you just sit and like not exist anymore. So emotional regulation, make sure you're setting an intention for how you choose to regulate your emotions. Like, for example, I know that training in the morning in the gym helps me to regulate my emotions, because I'm not thinking later in the day, oh, I got to go to the gym because I didn't go this morning. I'm not doing that guilt trip for myself. I'm not putting that shame on myself of, oh, I missed the gym again. You know, I know that I feel good when I'm in the gym. I know I feel good after I leave the gym. I know I feel good when I think about my day and it's like, damn, I already went to the gym. All right, got that done. I love feeling that sense of accomplishment, you know, so I want to keep feeling those feel good feelings. So I'm going to keep doing this thing. This positive thing is giving me this positive reaction. And that's one way I help to regulate my emotions. Prayer, you know, saying my grace before I eat, that keeps me in a gratitude attitude when it comes to food and access to quality food. Just saying my simple grace, a simple prayer right before I eat. And just prayer in general, you know, in times of like uneasiness and where I feel my faith is shaken, like getting into the practice of prayer does help to regulate my emotions. So being with my dog, you know, him just cuddling up to me when he sees that I'm crying on the couch, and he just comes and sit with me. He my little healer dog, you know. And a lot of animals, pets can offer that healing energy to help with emotional regulation. So when it comes to your emotions, what intentions are you setting to help emotional regulation for yourself? Okay. Next, we have mental. Okay, so emotional, mental, very close, but not the same. Mental is that conversation we're having with ourselves, right? So, like, for example, you feel the queasiness in your gut, and then you think to yourself, "Oh, I'm about to throw up. Oh, I'm so nauseous." What you're telling yourself, your mental conversation. So, what intentions are you setting for your mental health? So that can be, you know, like I said, the self-talk. What are you saying to yourself? What are you telling yourself? What truths are you choosing to believe? What narratives are you telling yourself? What storylines are you creating for yourself? What is your mental state like, you know? Being honest with yourself, you know, just because you feel these emotions doesn't mean you're depressed. You know, just because you feel these emotions doesn't mean you're a coward. Just because you feel these emotions doesn't mean you're a cheater. You know what I'm saying? Like, the mental conversation is like a little more past what you're just feeling emotionally. So when it comes to your mental intentions, you know, what are you going to do to keep that mental conversation in balance? So reading, writing, being creative, getting that energy out of your head, going to therapy. What are you going to do for your mental intentions? Writing, journaling, that helps to get your mental space to understand, what am I seeing, you know, put it down on paper. What are you feeling? Like, oh, I feel pain in my knees. Okay, well, write that down. See that. Write it down, journal it. Give your voice a place to land. Give your voice a foundation to be seen and appreciated and respected for what it is, so that you can see, oh, my mental space is that I was thinking about how much pain I was in. My mental state was that I was thinking about how excited I am for this event that's coming up. My mental space was thinking about, you know, how I'm manifesting new money, new streams of income because I'm doing my affirmations every day. What's your mental state like? And if you don't like your mental state right now, what intentions, what new things, what new habits, what new routines and rituals are you going to implement so that you change and recondition, re-engineer that mental state, okay? Because it can be better. Okay, you can have a healthier mindset. You can have a healthier and happier state of mind. You can have a more fulfilled state of mind. You can have a more focused state of mind. Is your mental state focused or is it distracted? Is your mental state positive or is it more negative, more self-deprecating and loathing, fear of loathing, woe is me? Or is it positive, energetic, ambitious, inspired? What's your mental state like? And if you know that you're not able to create that mental state for yourself, because some people can, they're strong mind and strong willed, they can pull themselves up by the bootstrap and get themselves up at 3 in the morning and do the hard work and labor with no one telling them that. That's awesome, but not all of us are like that, especially since we're living in this technological age where everything is quick and more efficient and more expensive, so everyone's mental state is just like, what is going on, especially post pandemic, right? So for the people that just need a little more mental stimulation, a little more motivation to get things done because they're not necessarily the self-starter, getting around sharp-minded people that think bigger than you, people that think richer than you, people that think wealthier, think of wealth in a different and more healthy, productive way than you, people that are more successful than you, okay? In the area where you want to see and achieve success, get around the people that have done it, that have proven track record of the thing. You don't have to overthink yourself into something totally brand new. Success leaves clues, and sometimes people like to share their pathway to success. They like to be the one to say, I told you so, I told you it'd work. So maybe your mindset has been, I'm so alone, I have no community, I have no friends. Well, put yourself in a state of mind to where you are meeting friends, where you're having to remember new names because you're meeting so many new people, where you're having to remember the experience and the memories you're having because you're putting yourself out there. It may require more for you. So especially if you know that just sitting still waiting for the invitations hasn't been working, it may be you that require to seek out where these spaces are, or to even create it, for yourself or other people to join with you, So your mental state, is it healthy or unhealthy? Is it positive or negative? Is it inspired or is it defeated? Consider your mental state and set new intentions on how you can elevate it, okay? We did emotions, mental, now physical. Your physical, because where the mind goes, the body follows, right? So with your physical intentions, physically, where you are, where you live, your home, your sense of security, right? Because Venus is values. You value where you live, right? Safety, protection, security. That's basic needs. That's in the Maslow's basic hierarchy of needs, okay? A sense of survival. Those are basic survival needs. Am I safe? Do I have a roof over my head? Is the floor about to cave in? Do we have water? Do we have heat? Do we have air? Do we have electricity? Do we have food? Do we have what we need to survive? In this day and age, do we have internet? Okay. And again, please give this video a like if you haven't yet. But am my basic survival needs being met? And if they're not being met, why? What do I need for it to be met? How could I add more value to this situation, And if you feel like your basic, physical needs aren't being met, what are we going to do about it? With any project that's being built, you start with the budget, right? So with this physical, I know we're going to go to financial right after this, but with the physical, in that sense, thinking about your resources, before we consider money, what resources do we have? Okay. What location am I working with? Or do I need to go to a new location? What people are around me? Or do I need to go to another place where other people are around me? Like physically in your body, where you are. What new intentions do you want? So do you need to relocate? Do you need to move? Do you need to upgrade? Do you need to downgrade? Do you need to sell the house? Do you need to look for another apartment because your roommate or your partner is just not, creating the environment you need, and you need to find your own space or heal? Maybe you want to do travel abroad. Maybe you want to study abroad. You want to spend a year backpacking, just traveling the world, just uprooting, leaving everything behind because you physically don't want to be in the space anymore. Perhaps you need to switch colleges. Perhaps you need to drop out of college. Perhaps you need to enroll in the military, so that perhaps you need to, sign up to be a flight attendant or something that requires a lot of travel because you've realized that you value travel. You value movement. You don't value sitting in one space all the time. You don't value living in a place longer than 2 years, 5 years. You don't value not having your own, so just realizing when it comes to your physical needs, what are those and what do you need and how are we going to get there? And it's usually based on the budget, what money you're working with. We'll come to financial soon, but along with physical, your body, okay? On this side of the world, it's spring going into summer. So it's all about, the spring body and getting in shape and getting healthy. So when it comes to your body and your sense of safety and security in your body, what is that for you? There are some people that exist in this world and they literally don't like the body they're in. Body dysmorphia is real. Plastic surgery is at an all-time high and it's still taking lives and people still getting it, but another conversation for another day. Your physical body, your physical sense of health. Do you take time to train your body? Do you take time to spend with your body? Do you take time to put your body in new and exciting environments to be stimulated? Okay. For example, sometimes that uptight woman needs to go to a girls' night, needs to go to a sex party to feel liberated, to feel like a woman again. Sometimes you need to go to the club and tear it up on the dance floor when you haven't been in years, just to remind yourself you're still alive. Sometimes you need to go on vacation, okay, just to bring yourself back to life. Sometimes you need a break from the kids just to, get back to the mindset and the mission of raising these kids. Maybe you need to take a break from college, take a break from your studies, forget about it a little bit, then come back to it at a later time so that your physical body can feel rest, can feel at ease again. Because with your body, like, it's going to leave signs. It's going to give you clues as to what it needs. So if you feel tense in the shoulders, right there, if you feel like, oh, I'm always rubbing my back, I'm always rubbing my lower back, like your body, your core. If you feel like you're walking and you're hunched over, your posture isn't right. If you're walking and your feet hurt, maybe you need new shoes. Like, when it comes to your physical vessel, do you love your body inside and out? Checking in with your internal organs. If you know that you have a particular medical condition that needs to be monitored, doing that monitoring. For my women, doing your breast check exams. For my guys, going to get your prostate exam. If you're 50 plus, going for your colon exam. Okay, your colon cancer whatever exam. If you beat cancer, make sure you're doing the things to stay in remission. If you if you have undergone plastic surgery, make sure you're doing what the doctor or recommended, so you don't have to go back to fix something. Make sure you heal the right way the first time. Take care of your body. Be mindful of what you're eating. Are you drinking your water? Are you reading the labels of what the food you're buying? They're slipping in new ingredients all the time, taking out quality stuff and adding filler toxic shit and charging a higher price, so, maybe you want to consider this time to revolt against the system, revolt against the meat industry, the dairy industry, the smoking industry, like anything that's causing harm and distress to your body. Why do you want to keep giving these companies the money to live healthily? Like, they're definitely not feeding their families that. They're on their farms raising their cattle, riding their yachts, eating expensive healthy cuisine, organic, homegrown cuisine, but they're feeding you filler toxic stuff and charging you a higher price while they laugh. Eat the rich, okay? But truly though, with your physical body and your physical sense of safety, being able to walk. Do you have strong bones? Do you have strong muscles? Are you doing things to make sure your blood is healthy? Making sure that You know what I'm saying? Your skin is protected. The sun is getting more and more dangerous, as the days pass. So protecting your skin, protecting your vision, protecting all of your senses, your sense of sight, your sense of smell, your sense of taste, your sense of hearing, your sense of touch and feeling. And along with touch and feeling, keeping that compassion muscle alive. Like sometimes you can, keep yourself in solitude so much to where you have to relearn how to engage with people again, where you have to relearn how to flirt, how to accept a compliment, how to recognize when someone is flirting with you, learn how to dance again, learning how to be in public again by yourself at a table and not freak out, learning how to eat by yourself again, learning how to have small talk banter, learning how to keep a conversation going, while you're in a waiting room, or, you know what I'm saying? Like just getting back comfortable in your body, because we go through life and have these experiences that make us gargoyle up, where we just lock up. And until we ask ourselves, how does my shoulders feel? Wow, those are really tight. Why is it popping like that? Oh, let me make this appointment. Or let me, start doing some yoga. Why does my feet feel like that? Oh, what's going on with my face? Oh, I have a little more wrinkles. I have some freckles. Oh, I have more gray hairs. Like check in with your body. And when you check it in with your body, it'll help you to have a newfound appreciation for who you are. This is me. Ooh, okay, these are my boobs, okay? Would I like them higher? Sure, but these are the boobs I got, love them. This is my skin. This is my hair. Like it does its own thing, but it's mine. So just checking in with your body, that helps us to get a grip on reality too, because again, that mind can take us into delusions with this AI out here and this filler stuff and how everything is just fake. It's so easy to get swept up in what's not real, and what's not real being better than your reality. No one is you. So make sure you're constantly doing the work to tap back into you and to appreciate the vessel that you are, okay? So check in with your body and make sure your physical body is safe. Next, we have financial, okay? Because like I said, if we're trying to build something, like if we're trying to move into a new place, a new apartment, a new house, trying to move out of the country, gotta have some money, okay? And money is currency. It's an energy. It's a vibration. You have to believe that you're worthy of it. You can't have the mental and emotional state thinking that it's not real. You have to have the emotional, mental, and physical belief through your body that you're worthy of wealth. You're worthy of creating wealth for yourself, and that more is always on its way, that God provides, So when it comes to your financial intentions, do you have a healthy relationship with money? Do you have a healthy relationship with your savings and investments? Do you have a healthy relationship with your spend, or how you circulate your wealth? I try not to say spend, because it's gone, but if it circulates, it comes back. So just being very clear about how you circulate your wealth, where you circulate your wealth, how well or how often you circulate your wealth. Do you circulate your wealth with businesses and companies that align with your values, or are you circulating your wealth with these corporations that are just getting greedier and greedier and cheaper, but more expensive, right? The irony, they're getting cheaper with the quality products, but they're getting more expensive. That's just not right. So just getting back pen to paper, understanding your relationship with money. Do you write a budget? Do you manage your budget? Do you have the apps on the bank apps on your phone that allows you to check in? Are you looking at how much you're spending every month? Are you looking at how the bills are fluctuating? Because just throwing money out at bills and not trying to fix the situation as to why that bill is so high in the first place, that's stupid. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you're understanding where your money is going, because a lot of times you could be throwing money away all because you're not paying attention to your money, all because you don't want to face the fear of, I don't have enough money, I'm poor, oh, I might have another overdraft, oh, they may not have taken that money out yet. Like whatever fears we put on ourselves to where we don't want to look at our bank account, we don't want to save, we don't want to do the things that help us have better financial security, we have to work through those fears, okay? Simply ignoring the money issues that you have is not going to make it go away. If anything, it's going to make it worse and harder as you're aging, okay? So make sure you're understanding your relationship with money. Do you and wealth? Do you understand like the law of currency and circulation. Like you can't just be tight fist holding a grip to it. It has to be some type of give to receive. That's the good thing about paying tithes. It just reminds you that you're to give something in expectation that it'll come back in some kind of way. And whether the church gives the actual tithes to the building or not, or if the preacher just pockets it all, that's not the point. They're going to do whatever they do with the money, but in your heart that you gave with the intention that you understand the law that in order for me to be blessed, I must be a blessing to others. In order for me to receive, I must first give. You know what I'm saying? In order to be a friend, or to have a friend, I must first be a friend, right? So something for something, never something for nothing. But getting back in touch with your financial relationship with money, your relationship with wealth, your worthiness too. Like some people believe they're only capable of a minimum wage job. Some people believe they're only capable of jobs that don't require a background, a drug test. Or some people believe they're only worthy of assistant level, never executive level. Some people believe they're only worthy of being a worker and not a business owner, so. And that may come from an unhealthy relationship with money. It may come from your deep-seated childhood trauma of being raised in poverty, being raised where you just didn't have what you needed and it was just so much struggle, and you've kind of locked yourself back into that energy, into that mindset to where you're not thinking what's possible. There's a lot of people that's out here getting a lot of money online, that's doing a lot of money from doing innovative things that just weren't in existence 5-10 years ago. All right. And it's only going to get more and more advanced. And there's opportunity out here. So if you know that you've been like stuck in this financial energy, this financial mindset, it's going to require you to go back to those four I just talked about: emotional, mental, physical. Get back to those three first, getting your vessel back right. Because I know when I look good, I feel good, right? When I dress well, I feel good about myself. But when I'm dressing like a bum, when I'm not putting much effort into my appearance, I don't really want to see people. I don't really want to shine. I don't really want to be seen. So, and again, because it's like I'm not worthy of attention right now because I'm looking like I'm in rags or whatever. So I'm not worthy of the attention now. But when I look like I got some money, I want to be seen. I want to be respected as that. You know what I'm saying? So, understand your relationship with money and your worthiness to have it. All right, so we done processed our emotions. We're understanding our mental state. We're putting our body in motion and action. We're earning this money. We're getting this money, earning it, doing it what we love. And finally, we have creative/spiritual intentions. What are your creative/spiritual intentions? Okay. I believe that when you create, you're operating from the spirit. And I believe that spirituality is very creative. So I feel like they're like kind of one and the same. So, when it comes to new things you like doing, or when it comes to things you like doing, how about doing those things in a new way? For example, like I go to dance class a lot, but what about going to dance class at a new studio in a new state? You know what I'm saying? Or if you tend to be attracted to one type of person, maybe going on a date with a different type of person just to shake it up and see what would be different for you. What else? Just being more creative. Like if you typically go to Italian cuisine, maybe try Indian cuisine this time. If you typically draw or create women, maybe create buildings and are more architecture type drawings and art, like just switching up how you move with your spirit and your body. Okay. Because maybe you're used to living in a certain city, in a certain state, but you feel like international travel is calling your heart, and by you being more creative, by trying new foods, dancing to new music, meeting new people of different cultural backgrounds, exposing yourself to new information and new knowledge, it can spark a creative revolution within you. which can lead to a spiritual enlightenment, a spiritual awakening, where you do take that trip, take that travel, that journey, and it's like, wow, I learned so much more about myself. I purged all of that trauma, I purged that toxic energy, and I'm still working through it. I feel better, I feel great, that I listened to that I felt my feelings, that I listened to my mind, that I put my body in motion, that I saved my money and healed my relationship with wealth, so that now I'm able to live this spiritual revolution of just being creative and happy, doing what I love. Like, everyone wants to get paid to do what they love, but a lot of people don't know what they love. A lot of people don't know what they want to do because their identity is their work, or their identity is their children, or their identity is their church, or their identity is someone outside of them, but they don't even know who they are. So it's hard for them to live through the spirit because they haven't been doing the work to understand what they enjoy creatively, you know? And everyone may not have like a great super talent, but we also have to make sure that we're doing the work to just understand ourselves better, understand what makes us laugh, what gets us excited, what gets us inspired, what pisses us off enough to where we do something about it, what makes us feel special, what makes us feel smart, what makes us feel accomplished, understanding how does my spirit and my energy react to certain people and situations. When I'm put in the situation where I got to travel, how do I react? When I'm in a situation where I'm expected to lead people in a critical thinking situation, how do I respond? When it comes to death, people dying, how do I respond to that? When it comes to new life, when it comes to life changes, how do I respond to that? Understanding what goes on with your spirit when life in the universe gets creative, when it starts throwing all types of shit on the canvas. You know what I'm saying? Like, how are you going to dance? Are you going to dance on the dance floor? Are you going to slip and slide and be like, oh my God, oh my God? You gonna make it art or what? You know, so just understanding like how you bounce back from situations, understanding how you can make, turn, from poop to sugar, like that whole saying or whatever. Like, just allowing yourself to express and to be and to experience. Sometimes just going to an event can lead to you meeting new people, to you making new friends, to you meeting the love of your life, all because you decided to pivot your energy and do something new. You decided to take a new class, you decided to join a new community, you decided to start going back to the gym again, you decided to love on you and learn you. What do you like to do? What makes you smile? What gets you out of bed? What gets you like falling into bed like, dang, I'm gonna sleep good tonight? Ooh, it felt good cutting that lawn. It felt good being in nature all day. It felt good dancing all day. It felt good creating art all day. It felt good working in healthcare. It felt good working on my business all day. It felt good traveling all day. Some people traveling is a nightmare, but for some people traveling is life. It's heaven, to get paid to travel, but some people see that as like, oh, but again, we won't know until we put ourselves out there. We get into our spirit and get creative with life and stop letting the monotony keep happening day in, day out. Same old, same old. That's boring. That's vanilla. Put some more spice and color in your life. Shake it up. Switch it up. Switch up your wardrobe. Switch up your hair. Switch up, and I'm feeling this Gemini energy already. Just allow yourself to see what else. What else? Okay? So, for this Taurus new moon, I want you to set your intentions based for your emotions. Set intentions for your mental state. Set intentions for your physical state, your physical body, your location, where you live, your sense of security. Set intentions for your financial, your relationship with wealth, your relationship with money, your relationship with circulating your wealth. And spiritual creative intentions. What is something new you're going to try? What is something new you want to learn? Have you always wanted to learn a musical instrument? Have you always wanted to go to an open mic night and perform? Have you ever wanted to get on stage? Have you ever wanted to just travel? Have you ever wanted to start a new certification, a new degree? Have you ever wanted to just start over totally? So learn yourself, know yourself, so then nobody can tell you about you and try to give you a mind fuck, trying to make you convince you that you aren't who you are. Learn and know who you are and love who you are, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and go. I hope this helps. Happy Taurus new moon. Please give this video a like if you hadn't already. Please subscribe to this channel. Let me know in the comments what intentions you have set. And yes, I would just love to hear all about, how you're celebrating this Taurus new moon, your favorite rituals, your anything you've noticed, any synchronicities in your life. I would love to hear all about that. Okay. So thank you for tuning in, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.